What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to another week of Tester Tuesday, where we are diving into the new releases for the spring and summer, which launch March the 1st to the public. As consultants, you can get these scents early, so we're able to go through them with you. And guess what? This week we had a first on Tester Tuesday, and I'm going to see if you can spot it as we get into the review. So let's get started. All right, let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Barefoot Beach. It's this light brown beige colored wax, about a medium intensity, had 34% of the vote, and it's a new release in the woods category. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, warm sand beckons as sweet coconut and macadamia wander over island driftwood. Now, I'm not really sure if I get coconut, macadamia, or island driftwood. It does come across as a wood scent, but I get a lot of P's. I get perfumey, I get potent, I get provocative. Very strong. Now, I thought to myself, let's have a little fun. Let's tell a little story. All right. There's this scent named Dashing, and he got axed from the Scentsy catalog. He was a little bit lonely, so he decided to go on the Scentsy Plenty of Fish website to try to find a date. You know, Dashing has dated a few girls in the past. Years and years ago, he dated Summer Holiday. But more recently, he's kind of been into like kukui and coconut sun castles type of girl. But unfortunately, those didn't pan out for him. So he likes those kind of understated, almost like they're a little bit like boom boom type of scents. Sol de Janeiro, perfumey fragrances, girly, fun, but very sensual, that kind of thing. He likes that, but not too strong. So he types in everything he likes, and up comes a match. Her name is Barefoot Beach. On paper, perfect match. So they arrange a date. They're going to go to the beach. She's barefoot. Why not? So he goes to pick her up. Now, I should mention, when he saw her profile picture, it was really small, kind of blurry. He couldn't really get a good feel. And she comes out, and she is dressed to the nines. Short dress, high heels, but barefoot with little strappy sandals. And big hair. Big, like hairspray hair. She's got big eyelashes. You can see them from the car. So she's coming down. Lots of makeup. Layers and layers of makeup. Almost to the point where you say, okay, could have stopped 12 layers ago. But anyway, she gets in the car. Whoa. Now, what Dashing didn't know was Barefoot read about Dashing, and she knows that he likes boom boom scents. So she went to the local department store, maybe the Bay, or I don't know in the US where she would go, but somewhere that has nice perfumes, and she just decided to put everyone on that she could. So it was pretty strong. Lots of Sol de Janeiro varieties too, because she knows he likes that. So she gets in the car, and he is in a small area, and whoa, she is strong. They get to talk, and they're driving out to the beach. She says, you can call me Amber. I go by Barefoot Beach, but you can call me Amber. That's my real name. And he's like, oh, this is making sense. So, unfortunately, on their way out to the beach, the car breaks down. So they're stuck there. They're stuck together for like 3 days. They're in a remote area. Cell phone towers out. And as the days progress, Dashing has to get out of the car every once in a while because the smell is very strong. And he's kind of hoping it's going to wear off, but it's still pretty strong. And around day 3, Barefoot, or Amber as we're going to call her, she goes outside and it's raining. Some of her hair gets flattened, her eyelashes start falling off, things like that. Think of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Do you remember that episode when they're down in the basement because of the earthquake, and he's stuck with his girlfriend and she starts picking off her nails? Fake. Well, that's what's happening. And he's kind of seeing a nicer Barefoot, or Amber. He's kind of seeing a little bit more of a subdued. She gets back in the car, and he swears he can smell another pea scent. Besides perfumey, besides potent, besides provocative, around the day 3 mark, a little glimmer of hope comes, and he thinks to himself, am I smelling Pacific sandalwood? Maybe I am. And maybe for about an hour or two, he enjoyed that beautiful scent. It was really beautiful. And then something happened. The perfuminess came back. So eventually they get rescued, and poor Dashing has to kind of write off Barefoot Beach. Not a scent for him. But what did the family think? All right. My husband said 11 out of 10. And I was like, and then he said, no, I'm just joking. 7 out of 10. Erica said 9 out of 10. And Ryan said 8 out of 10. And for me on cold sniff, I was a little bit concerned because I thought I could smell something. And it turns out for me, I think it's amber. So not a favorite of mine. I would say cold sniff, it was probably about a 5 to 6. It was hard to judge because the very first time I smelled it, I didn't like it. Then I liked it a little bit better. So let me talk to you about performance because I had drastically different performance in the 2 spots I warmed it. So keep in mind, these are all just my opinions and my descriptions. I hope I don't offend anybody, but also performance was very different. So perhaps you might have, the crazy week that I've had as well. So I put 4 cubes here in my bedroom. I put 2 here in the Blossom Warmer, and I put 2 in the Fluted Gray, not Vino. Those are both glass warmers, but Fluted Gray is an excellent performer. I wasn't sure about Blossom. Well, I have it written down 9.5 out of 10, very strong. And at around the 3-day mark, I came in from cleaning the kids' bathroom, and it was early in the morning, so I'd slept with it all night. And early in the morning, it came in, and I swear, I was like, what is that beautiful smell? I thought I could smell Pacific Sandalwood. Now, I have Pacific Sandalwood in my club, so I don't need to wait 3 days to get Pacific Sandalwood. And then later, I feel like the perfuminess was back in the room, so I'm really not sure what happened. But I'm going to take this out now. I think we're on day 4, but I can't smell it at all now, thank goodness. But in the first day, every time I came in the room, I could only stay in for a short time. I had to leave because they're just so strong. So after a couple of days, I decided to put 1 cube in my mini warmer in my hallway. It's the Light from Within, I believe, mini warmer. So it's kind of one of those metal with the plastic inserts. So probably not the greatest performer. And I couldn't really smell it there. And I'm like, what the heck? I could smell it so strong in my bedroom. I would say it was probably between light and medium. Like I was straining to smell it. And I'm like, are my nose hairs fried from the bedroom? I don't know. So I really don't know what the heck to think about this scent. If you like extremely perfumey scents that are very potent, that are along the boom boom line, but it's a lot of that alcohol-y perfumey smell when you first put it on that is a little bit overbearing, that's what I get, then that's what you may get. But everybody's different. Everybody smells scents differently. So for where you would warm this, I would say it may depend on the strength of your warmers. If you have really, really strong warmers, I would start with about half the wax you're normally going to use. And then if you need to add more because it's really hard to take away. You could turn warmers off, but it gets in the room, it's really strong. I think in order to like this scent, you're going to have to like strong perfume scents. Some people have smelled masculine in this. I don't really get that. So I think when the Pacific Sandalwood tone came out, maybe I was getting the coconut and the macadamia nut and the driftwood. But at the beginning, I felt like all I was getting was strong, perfumey amber. Excuse me. I'm choking up just thinking about it. Will I be repurchasing this? No. But I will warm the other 3 cubes in Erica's room because I don't go in there a lot. And so it'll work out just fine in there. And she kind of smells like this already. So that's a really long description, but that is Barefoot Beach. All right, let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Island Bloom. This pretty pink colored wax, 24% of the vote, and it's in the fruity category as a new release spring summer scent. The scent description says, a tropical expedition abundant with bright starfruit and watermelon shaded by island palm. All right, so this is a fruity predominant scent with some floral undertones. And the floral undertones and the fruit both read tropical. Now there is a little bit of a sour fruit component, but you also get the sweetness of the watermelon. So the watermelon is there, but for me it's not too much. It's there, but it's not the most prominent note. I feel like the tropical fruits such as starfruit, maybe there's passion fruit, maybe mango, those little bit of the sour notes from those scents. And I think there might even be peach in here because I feel like I can smell a little bit of that funky peach that some people get. Now, the florals, I don't really know what the florals are, but they might be hibiscus, maybe some like Hawaiian lei type florals. Now, I think the way I think about this scent is a bunch of scents all put into the candle crock and melted all at the same time. I have written down plumeria peach, aloha orchid, hibiscus water, maybe even a little bit of camu. You just chucked a little bit of all those in the candle crock, and out comes Island Bloom. Like I said, very tropical, fruity scent with some florals. They're also tropical and a little bit of a sour sweetness to it. Now, let's talk about the family opinion, and then we'll talk about performance. So, my husband said 7 out of 10. Ryan said 9 out of 10. And, a drum roll please, Erica said 10 out of 10. She's never given a scent a 10. I'm surprised she did, because she said there's always room for improvement. All right, so knowing that we have a first in Tester Tuesday, my daughter gave a scent a 10. I thought we're going to put it in her room, of course, and I decided the kids' bathroom. So I used 3 cubes in Erica's room and 2 cubes in the kids' bathroom. Erica's room, it was at least 8 out of 10. It was wafting out anytime she opened the door. I left it 2 full days and then I removed it. In the kids' bathroom, it was a little bit lighter because I have a tendency to have scent struggle there. About 7 to 7.5, and I left it 2 days as well. I think if you're going to warm this, you might be able to try this in a small open area. If you had a big challenging space, it might work, but you might have to use extra wax. I think personally, I prefer creamy tropical fruit scents, something like a Kahiko Hula. But if you like those strong, in-your-face, fruity, a little bit tropical feel with a little bit of florals, then this is what you're going to want to go for. I think performance is good, scent appeal for most is good, and longevity was fairly good as well. So would I be repurchasing this one? If, and I assume it will, come back next year, I will definitely pick up another bar for Erica and melt it only in her room. That's Island Bloom. All right, let's talk about our third place scent for the week. It is Sweet Lime and Peach. This one had 17% of the vote. It's this light green colored wax, and it's in the fruity section as a new release. And let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, fresh lime and garden mint add zest to ever sweet peach blossom. I think that's a great scent description because I do get a sweet, almost a bit of a candied lime. As it warms, a little bit of that herbal mint comes out. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it. It's not too pungent, and there's not too much for me. It works okay with the lime. As the scent warmed, it also developed that peach tone, which some people don't like the peach. I was okay with the peach, but it wasn't a love. And there's a little bit of a cleaner tone that comes out. Like the lime, as it warms, it becomes a little bit more of a cleaner lime, if that makes any sense. Now, let's talk about the family rating because we had a little bit of trouble with this one. My husband said 5.5 out of 10. Erica said 8 out of 10. And Ryan said 9 out of 10. So I decided to warm it in the boys' room because Ryan said he really liked it. And I also warmed it in the storage room. So in the boys' room, 3 cubes, it was about 8 out of 10. It did well. And in the storage room, I would say at most it was a medium, maybe a medium light. It didn't seem to perform as well there, but it wasn't too bad. Now, 3 times when I was warming this, and he picked it up in the 2 different spots, my husband said, there's something musty in the storage room. What's going on? And I said, well, I have a scent going there. And he goes, oh, I don't know about that. Then the next day he commented that the boys' room smelled musty. Then he commented again that the storage room still smelled musty. So I told him, I said, well, it's Sweet Lime and Peach, and I don't think you like peach scent, so maybe the peach is coming out for you. Or maybe it was the herbal mint, I don't know. But at that stage, it was starting to die down at about the 1.5-day mark. Obviously, he could still smell something. I couldn't, but I thought I better take this out because he said something 3 times. So we're going to move on from Sweet Lime and Peach. I think if you're someone that likes lime scents, you're going to want to try this out. Maybe lime and mint scents. You do get peach as well, but I would say for strength, it was about a medium on average where I warmed it. I don't think it probably would survive an open layout. It might do okay at the beginning and then just kind of taper off. But one thing I will say is the wax is very crumbly on this one. It's very gross and yucky. So I wasn't loving that. The consistency of the wax on this round so far hasn't been great, but other than that, will I be repurchasing this one? Personally, I was okay with it. I would have repurchased one, but where my husband's complained so much, it will not be a repurchase. Let's move on to the voting portion of the video. I'm going to present to you 6 scents and you guys are going to vote. Pick 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning. Put them down in the YouTube comment section. If you can't vote on YouTube, you can find my Instagram. It's Patricia Gates and put your 2 votes there. Now my goal is to get through all the Tester Tuesday scents so I can see why you may not want to vote. But it's interesting to see what ones are more popular and what ones people want to hear about. So I do encourage you to vote, and it does help the engagement of the video, obviously, so that's another bonus for me. All right, so the first 4 scents have not been given a chance yet, so we're going to do those first. Scent number 1 is Italian Sunshine. Scent number 2 is Ocean Shimmer. Scent number 3 is Pearlescent Coast. And scent number 4 is Wild for Wildflowers. It's a little dark here because it's about 7 in the morning, so I apologize. Scent number 5 and 6 are going to be the votes from the first week that were kind of next in line to come, the ones that received the more votes than the other. So scent number 5 is going to be Desert Twilight. And scent number 6 is going to be Freshwater Sage. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Don't forget to vote, and I'll see you guys in the next video.